What's going on? So I want to make a video before it gets dark or before it starts to rain. One or the other. It's either going to rain. You can probably see the sky in the back. Yeah. But I want to make this video about how spirituality can make you fake as fuck. How in the beginning of the psychedelic path or spiritual path, if you're in the beginning of your spiritual journey, if you're just researching Hinduism, or if you're just researching meditation, if you're just researching psychedelics, or just starting to do these things, in the beginning you're going to come across the information about killing your ego. And I want to try to save someone the trouble of going down this false informational thing. That's false information. The false information is you never should try to kill your ego. You are your ego. Like humans, we want to be Buddhist monks, but we live in the Western world. We want to be Buddhist monks, but Buddhist monks live at the Buddhist monastery for free because the city or town that's right near the Buddhist monastery usually pays for them. So like, we live in this Western world where we got to pay for rent, you know? Some of us have kids, some of us have responsibilities, some of us have jobs, and we're going to get irritated at these situations sometimes. We're going to lose our cool. And I make videos. I make real videos, right? I make videos when I'm angry, when I'm upset, when I lost my peace, when I lost everything, like whatever, because I want to be authentic, not spiritual. I want to be authentic, not good, or I don't want to be anything but what I actually am. I'm not trying to be nothing. I'm just something. Whatever that something is. So, what I've come to... So I was watching this one video about... this one dude was talking about, so he got caught in this trap of making videos because he wanted his ego to be heard. And I was like, I mean, isn't that why anyone does anything? Like, why do you make videos? Like, why does anyone do anything with their life? Why do you post on social media? Why do you make paintings, right? If you're a painter, you're painting so your paintings can be fucking seen. Like, I make music, right? So I'm a musician. I make music. I make music with FL Studios, and make beats, things like that. But I make that. Yeah, I don't really care if I get famous. I don't make music so I can get famous. I make music because I love it, and I don't care if only 20 people listen to my song. But I still wanted those 20 people to hear my song, and my ego's still like, fuck yeah, I made that song. Like fuck yeah, I did that. And I think that's okay. It's okay to show pride in your videos. It's okay to be like, yo, I've made 500 videos and they're documented. It's okay to say, I think the problem is when you start to get rid of your ego, you'll start to lose yourself. You'll start to lose your power over yourself. Killing the ego, in a sense, is basically giving into the ego. You're giving into... Your ego is not just desire. Your ego wants you to feel like shit. Your ego wants you to be stuck. It's not just, I egotistically desire people to like my videos, or I egotistically desire to become successful, or I egotistically desire... And it's like, you egotistically desire some fucking cake too. And some food at McDonald's. And you don't need a 3-bedroom house. If you don't got kids, it's just you. What you need a 3-bedroom house for? Get your ass a 1-bedroom apartment, right? Your ego wants an extra bathroom. Your ego wants that basement. Your ego wants better clothes. I originally got this shirt, I'm pretty sure, from Walmart, right? And this is an old ass shirt. So like, your ego wants things. And that's okay to want things. But these people, so spirituality is so funny. Who wants to be woke, okay? Is it your consciousness or your ego? Like, who wants to become spiritual? Like, when you meditate, who wants to meditate? It's your ego that wants to meditate. You think your consciousness wants something, your consciousness don't want a damn thing. Your ego wants everything. I'm making this video to let you know that it's okay to want things. It's okay to want, it's okay to want likes on your video, right? If you put time into your video, if you put time into your thoughts and then you express your thoughts out, it's okay to want people to agree with you and to feel good about that. Because if you don't, I bet you don't feel good, much in life, period. How do you get a high self-esteem? How do you get rid of your anxiety? I don't have anxiety. I don't have depression. I don't have any of that shit, right? What I have is authenticity. I don't have spirituality. I'm not a spiritual person. I'm authentic. I was never chasing to be enlightened. That's what I need people to understand. I was never chasing enlightenment. I was never chasing to be some Buddhist monk. I was never chasing to be the next Terrence McKenna. I was never chasing to be anybody but me. Who are you chasing to be? Who are you trying to impress? My ego just wants to impress itself. My ego just wants to outtop itself. I listen to my old music and I'm just trying to make better music than I used to make. I watch my old videos and I'm just trying to make better videos than I used to make. Right? This is about you. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to say? Do you make music? If you do, make that music. Now, don't let your ego get out of control, meaning this is not about killing the ego. This is about taming the ego. This is about gaining control of your fucking monkey body, right? Your consciousness is the master. Your ego is the dog. The dog must sit when the master tells it to. And that's literally, I think, the thing there. That it's not about killing your ego, because that's impossible. Kill your ego, you'd have to die. You'd have to stop wanting. But even to stop wanting, you want to stop wanting. So you'll never stop wanting anything, brother. It doesn't work that way. Truth is, you just have to face yourself, gain control of yourself. If you're used to eating donuts, lay off the donuts. But that doesn't mean that you can never have a donut again in your life because, your ego wants that donut, but you won't allow your ego to have that donut. Then you're going to suppress yourself and be a miserable man or a miserable woman, right? I don't know. There's a lot of people that do that no fapping thing, right? And me and my girl that I'm with, that would never work for us, right? Never. Reason is because I love having sex. And, oh my God, God forbid that someone who's spiritual loves having sex. God forbid that someone who is spiritual loves smoking weed. I smoke weed. I take kratom once in a while. I do psychedelics. I have fun. I take MDMA. I fucking have the time of my life. I'm living, right? But I also have responsibilities. I'm also, I don't know, I'm a father. I'm balanced. I'm trying to start businesses. And yeah, some of this shit is failing. But motherfucker, I am living. And that's the point. The point is to live. The point is to live a life that you will not regret. And the way I looked at it is, in the beginning when I was trying to kill my ego, people would walk all over me and they thought I was becoming a different person. Because the person I was before psychedelics, I'm a little more rough around the edges, right? And I'm just real. I always have been. But then psychedelics, right? It's not that psychedelics made me fake. It's that in the beginning of me using psychedelics, I started thinking to myself, maybe I shouldn't say this, because I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. Or maybe I shouldn't. I started thinking before I spoke, I guess. And it's good to think before you speak in certain situations. But in situations like this, I'm not thinking. I haven't thought one thought since I've been talking. I'm just free-flowing. I'm talking. I'm being so authentic to the point where you're not thinking. You're just flowing. And I think we need to get to a point where humans just understand what we are. We're half consciousness, we're half monkey. You're half ego, you're half consciousness. So you can never kill your ego because that means part of you is unfulfilled, right? You have to be able to fulfill your ego so you can fulfill your consciousness. It's just something I've realized, that people will try to chase enlightenment by making themselves miserable, by starving themselves, and it's like they didn't even learn. It's like they never learned from what Buddha did. I've been talking about Buddha, I feel like, the past few videos. But like, it's like people are misunderstanding Buddha's message. That it was not to starve yourself. That it was not to whatever. It was to find the balance. It was to learn from Buddha's mistakes. Learn from Jesus' mistakes. Learn from these humans. Don't be these humans. We have this mistake of trying to be people. The problem is you're trying to be Jesus, Buddha, Terrence, me. Like don't be anybody but yourself. There are people that like trying to get into entrepreneurship because they heard Gary Vaynerchuk talk or whatever. But it's like, you're not Gary V. So, yeah, you might be an entrepreneur, but you're not going to be the same type of entrepreneur that Gary V is. Yeah, you might be a YouTuber, you might make YouTube videos, but you're not going to be the same type of YouTuber that everyone else is. Be yourself. Like, that's why I'm very authentic in my videos. That's why I talk about my struggles as much as I talk about my successes. That's why I make videos when I'm in a positive mood, but I also make videos when I'm in a negative mood. Because I don't care what people think about me. I'm not trying to, some videos, maybe I'll put some work in, and it's like, yeah, I'm glad that got a lot of views, right? My one documentary video that I made about Blue Lotus has about 5,000 views. I wish it had like 10,000 views, but I'm sitting there like 5,000 views. That's fucking awesome because I worked on that video for 2 weeks straight. There was 2 weeks of my life, 3 weeks. 2 weeks of research, 1 week of editing and putting it together, and all this other shit. But like, projects like that, you should feel a little proud of yourself, right? I don't know. There's this one video I seen, and I mean, this might be true for women, but it's really true for men, that men need a good job at the end of what they did, right? They're like, so if you're a man and you're suppressing your ego, it's even worse. Because like, the ego is kind of weaved into the men a lot more than it is to women. Because it's more weaved into our personality than it is to women. So it's like, you have to start to begin to understand yourself and stop following the crowd just because that's what the crowd does. You can follow the crowd, don't be a sheep. But also, if you join a group of humans, like spiritual, psychedelic, whatever you want to call it, don't be a fucking sheep. Just because everyone in your fucking friends is vegan doesn't mean you need to be a vegan, right? I'm not a vegan. I tried being a vegan for 9 months. Maybe I'll try it again one time in my life, but I'm not hard on myself. I don't give a damn. Like, I mean, I care about the animals and shit, but like, I don't know how to explain it, that I'm not hard on myself when I eat an animal, or I'm not hard on myself when I don't know, maybe me and my girl get in an argument or something, and I accidentally yell. I say sorry and I move the fuck on. I'm not gonna think about it. If she says, apology accepted, then you move the fuck on. But so many people are so caught up on the things they do wrong. That's why they're trying to kill their ego so damn bad. They're like, oh my God, I like watching porn. I'm such a horrible person. Or men will raise their voice and get mad and then be like, oh my God. And it's like, you gotta stop being timid to be yourself, and we have to start a movement about being authentic, not being spiritual or not being whatever. Because sometimes the spiritual, new age spiritual, whatever the fuck, leads to being fake. Because I express the real thoughts in my head, and it's like some people can't even express the real thoughts in their head. I don't know. Express yourself, be yourself. Don't try to kill your ego. Tame the ego. Get to know your ego. People are trying to kill this thing and they don't even, but it's a part of you. And it's a part of you that you don't even know because it's the part of you that you're scared of. You're scared of your ego. That's why you're trying to kill it. But it's not an enemy. I know it doesn't look like it, but the ego is your friend. I know it does not look like it, but that ego will defend you, that ego will protect you, that ego will empower you. But if you're not careful and if you don't tame it, that ego will consume you. So, gain control of your ego and gain control of yourself. Like, a lot of people are sitting there like, I can't do this. I don't know how many people want to go on a diet, but then they say, I can't do it, it's hard. Gain some fucking control of your damn self. You mean to tell me you can't go for a walk? You can't run? You can't whatever? Like, I don't know. The ego is also very empowering. Meaning, I've been called the N-word. I've been called nigger. I've been called a lot of things, right? But my ego is so strong that I didn't hear a word they fucking said, bro, because I know who I am. You can't tell me who I am. You can't tell me I'm the N-word. You can't tell me I'm a bummer, I'm a piece of shit. You can tell me in the comments anything you want to tell me, right? You can say, oh, you're this, you're that, fuck you, ha, blah, 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 right? It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, and I'm still going to be happy as fuck. And I'm more worried about you, because I hope you're okay. Like, if somebody's talking shit about me, I'm generally worried about them because I know they're not okay, right? They're not coming from a peaceful place. They haven't found their peace. They haven't found their self. But the ego allows you to protect yourself from that. If you have no ego, you can get told you're a loser, and then you just start crying, and then every day you're going to think to yourself you're a loser. That's all because you were too weak-minded. And weak-minded comes from no ego. So, I guess I'm going to end this video by saying the ego is not necessarily the enemy. It's just doing what you allow it to do. A dog that randomly attacks everyone it sees is not an evil dog. It just wasn't taught correctly. So your dog, your ego, is not evil. It just has to be taught. So if you ain't teaching it, it's going to teach itself, and it's going to run rampant and do whatever it wants to do. So gain control of yourself and gain control of your ego. Don't try to kill it, because it is a part of you.